A lot of you are dealing with anxiety and it's just not getting better. You try to find ways to make it go away or to calm it and it's just getting worse. Well, I have an easy $8 remedy that you can do wherever you are, the comfort of your home. And it's something that I think a lot of you may have already discovered, but you didn't know that it was going to help with anxiety. I have something called a Boom Boom nasal stick. I discovered this going through an old little book that I was reading, and I was really trying to find remedies and things that I could do on the go. Now, this particular product was not in that book, of course, but it has a lot of the ingredients that, and you can't see that, but what I'll do is I'll put a little snapshot of the ingredients right here. And so these particular ingredients are things that are going to help you be calmer. It's going to soothe you. It's going to relax you, and it's going to help you go on with your day. Now, anxiety is a natural phenomenon that our body goes through because we start to anticipate what hasn't happened or what we think will happen. And when I mean by natural, it's not natural that it sticks around, but it's okay to have a little anxiety, but then it needs to go. But this particular nasal stick, and it looks just like this, it comes with a little cap and it comes in this little tube here. Obviously, you would put this tube in your nose. You don't even need to put it all the way in your nose, but I do. And so, but the purpose of this video is I'm going to just show you that you would put it right at the tip of your nose, get a little whiff, and you'll realize that the anxiety, that feeling of just being exhausted because of a lot of reasons in our life, and I won't go into all those reasons, but a lot of you are dealing with this. And when you start to get that anxiety, that breathing starts to get very shallow. You don't get good breaths of fresh air, and you're just so conscious on what you think will happen, and it might not even happen. Most of the time it doesn't. But this particular nasal stick is, I want to say, a couple things. I'm not advertising this. I don't have a Amazon affiliate account with this. I'm not getting a cut from this. And also, this particular nasal stick does not state that it's for anxiety. But I will tell you this right now. I have had moments where I felt like the anxiety was coming on and I was just going about my day and I didn't know really what to do. Because here's the thing, when you have that little anxiety increase, you have that little anxiety spike, and all of you have felt this before. I think a lot of you who have followed me for a long period of time, you realized, and you probably heard some of the videos, I was getting these little spikes of anxiety in the middle of shopping. I was in grocery stores and I was getting this anxiety and I had no idea. The food wasn't attacking me, store wasn't on fire, don't know why, going through in and out of the aisles, I was feeling this like intensity rising. And a lot of that was just due to a lot of reasons. And there's other videos that I'll go into depth about why those maybe were happening, why that was happening. But in this particular video, I'm going to focus a little bit more on helping you find things on the go, on the spot. Because I think that's also the reason why a lot of you get anxiety, is because you don't know what's going to help you if it occurs, or what's going to remedy this wherever you are. You start kind of, and I don't know if some of you do this, but sometimes back in my horrible anxiety days, I was always Googling to see where the nearest hospital or urgent care was. And that's bad. When you get to that point, and you're just like trying to like prepare for something that's not even around, that's not going to happen. And like I said, all those times I was doing that, it never occurred. None of those things occurred. But a lot of you are doing that. You're probably looking around when you're in restaurants. Where's the restroom at? Like, you don't know what's going to happen to you. So you want to start scouting little things that might help, or might help remedy things. You're around a lot of people. So you start kind of thinking, okay, where's the front door just in case? Where's the restroom just in case? These things are unhealthy. These are things that shouldn't even happen. But yet we go through them. And a lot of you probably are going through this and you don't realize that others are going through this. You're starting to map out the worst case scenario as if there was a sign of something already happening. And you're going about your day, and it's not to say not to be aware of things. Of course, we should always be aware of our exit doors and fire hazards and safety tips and things that we need to do. But to just live that way, to stay in this cloud and be in that state of like unknown, and you're creating this level of intensity where you feel like you have to react at all times, and you can't live that way comfortably. And you notice I said comfortably, because you can live that way, but it's not going to be comfortably. And the goal is, We have to make the most out of our time while we're here. We're not here for 200 years. If we're lucky, we're here 90 years. Or blessed, I should say. But I want to tell all of you that this nasal stick has been a life changer. The good thing about it is a lot of these nasal sticks are medicated, and it really limits the amount of time you can use them. And in fact, you shouldn't overuse them because it can give you some side effects. It can give you more congestion. It can give you headaches. It can give you these maybe it can kind of inflame your nasal passages and kind of give you that burning sensation if you just continue using the medicated ones. But this particular one, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this one is this one is the Winter Mint. So I'll put this on the screen. I can even link it in the description. It's a little hard to see all this little text from over here, but this little nasal stick's only $8. You can get it at most retailers. You can go online and get it as well. You can get it at different places. I walked into the CVS pharmacies and it was sitting right there, and I said, wow, that's cool. Because the first one I got online. So it's really a life changer, because the thing about it is when you start to feel that rise, some of you have other little things you do. Some of you might take, I've heard of other people when they feel the anxiety, they need a mint, or like suck on a mint, or they need to obviously drink water. You can sip water. When you just feel that anxiety, that flux of anxiety going, I'm going to tell you right now, I get bouts of anxiety. We all do. I'm not immune to anxiety. None of us are. And if you can be so immune to it to where it's not often, but you're going to get it eventually. If you haven't gotten it recently, it's going to come at random times. But what I found is when you start having that anxiety increase, and all of you know what it feels like, you start to feel it build. What I do is I just take it and I put it in my nasal passages and I just breathe. What it does is it makes me aware of my breathing, because when you put something in your nose, and the natural instinct of our brain is just, it's correlated to just naturally breathe in. When you tell someone breathe in, breathe out, they either breathe too fast, too abruptly, they don't hold it in long enough. This nasal stick here will actually make you mindful of what you're doing. The goal of anxiety is to take away your attention on what you think will happen and focus on something else. In this sense, when you're breathing through your nostrils, you're actually not only getting all the good oil that's in here, you're focusing on something else. This thing, you're focusing on breathing. And that's what's going to bring the anxiety down. Is this medicated? Is this your only way to get rid of anxiety? Absolutely not. But I have found that when you do this, it's a quick way to get that anxiety lower, so you can manage yourself in the present. See, sometimes people try to tell you things. It could be in a video form, or it can be in a text, or it could be in a book, or it can be in a blog. They try to give you things that are gonna like help you, but they don't really give you things for like when something occurs like immediately. And that's the thing. That's really the quickest thing. And the biggest distinction is that when people tell you things, it's something that's going to take weeks or months to get better. We don't always have weeks or months. And I know a lot of busy people that are on the go and they get these bouts. They don't have a week to get better. You want to feel something right now. And this nasal stick is going to help you feel better right now. So when you try it, I want all of you to let me know. Come back to this video, leave me some comments. Let me know what it did to you. Again, it's just great and handy to have on you. I have it in my pocket most of the time, or my shirt pocket or something, or even in my car. I have a couple of them. So it's not something I do every day now. Now, it's not something I live on either, but it does help for when you start to feel like that build up. And sometimes it could be due to like lack of sleep, or you dehydrated. Now, this is not a substitution for those things, but it helps calm you so you can go do the things that are going to help you feel better. So I hope this video was very helpful for you. If it was, please take time to subscribe to the channel. I try to bring content as often as possible. But in the meantime, I'm going to step out of the Jaye Wellness Studio and leave you in good hands with this video. Like anything else, folks, we are here to simply go back to the basics. Take care, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next video.